Hey, today on Web Tools, I'm going to show you how to interact and use images within Google Slides. There's a lot more features than you would guess, but I'll kind of showcase what we have. So if you come right up here to this little image button, the little picture of a mountain, you click that. You can go ahead and add an image. You have a few options. You can add an image by uploading it from your computer. You can take a snapshot from your camera, or you can use URL. There's a few other options here. Really, we're not going to go into all these, but you can try all those out. The one thing I want to go over is URL. If you didn't know, that's basically a website. And any image that you find on the web, you can add using a URL. So I have an example here. All I did was search cartoon bears, and I found this little picture of a cartoon bear right here. If you right click and then come down to copy image address, basically it's going to copy the web page or the file on the internet of where that image is stored. So if I copied it to my clipboard, I'll go ahead and paste it here. Google finds it, I hit select, and now I have my little cute bear on my slide. Now, one disadvantage of this method is if the location of that file changes, because it's not my image, it's on somebody else's website, right? If that location changes, then my image will no longer be available. So I actually don't encourage using that method unless you're using images from a website that you know won't change. Instead, we're going to come up here and add another image. We're going to use the upload option there, add in a Web Tools logo. And the first thing you'll notice here, it's totally covering all of my text. So one thing you should know about when you're working with images is how to reorder objects. So if you come up here to arrange and hover over order, you have a few options. You ought to play around with each of those, but basically I'm going to send this one to the back. And how that looks is it's almost like if you had like a stack of papers right here, and if you're looking down on it, if this paper right here is covering all these other papers, you're only going to see the top paper, right? And that's kind of what's happening. We had our image above everything else, so it was covering everything. So when you reorder things, it's like taking that paper and putting it down on the bottom so then you can see other things. So basically, it's like you're working in layers. And when you reorder things, like if I select this Web Tools right here, I can choose to reorder this, arrange, reorder, and send this to the back. Notice that title went away, but the subtitle didn't. And that's because the title is behind the image, but the subtitle is not. So enough about ordering. I'm going to show you one more thing. I really don't like my logo there. Instead, I'm going to put it right up here in the corner. So to resize it, all I have to do is click and drag. Now, the nice thing about this is it maintains my proportions. I don't have to hold control or anything like that. So I make it the size I want. I put it up here in the corner where I think it looks nice. And then I'm going to show you how to use this image options right here. So if you click on image options, you get a toolbar that comes up over here. You could recolor the image, which sometimes this is nice, depending on what you're trying to do. It can be an easy way to rebrand something based on a different color scheme. But this transparency tool, so this allows you to make kind of like watermarks, essentially. So I can make this give it kind of a little transparent Web Tools there, and it looks like the image is there, but it's not really there. Also, with transparency, you can see through it. So if I were to take this image, whoops. So if I were to take this image and put it over the top of something. Now, right now, it's at the very bottom, so I have to reorder it here. I'm going to bring it to the front, and now it's on the top. In fact, if I take away my transparency, you can see it covers the words, but transparency actually will make it so that you can see through it. So it's still on the very top, but you can see through it. So to fix everything that I just messed up, I'm going to take this back, turn it back to my cute little size here. So I have a watermark. I'm going to move my title back. There we go. There we go, right in the middle. And now we have a pretty good slide there. So that's the basics of how to use images and how to work with some of the properties that are available in Google Slides. Hi, thanks for watching another Web Tools video and supporting our channel. After the video, if you still have a question about something we talked about, be sure to leave a comment or hit us up on our channel. And of course, if you're interested in learning how you can use your browser to its full potential, don't forget to subscribe below.